Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Just to recall, in the previous class, we saw this diagram. What are the functions of an entrepreneur? We saw the 4 functions: the commercial function, the promotional function, the managerial function, and the commercial function. In the last class, we were talking about the promotional function and completed up to what? Up to financing the proposition. In this class, we're going to take the next vertical, which is called managerial function. The first managerial function is what? Planning. What does a manager do? He plans. He can be a manager of a small petty shop. He can be a manager of a tea shop, tea stall, or he can be a manager of a big company. So the managerial function is very, very important. He manages the enterprise. Resources are available. If you just think what is so great about entrepreneurship, let's say that, let us take a simple example that, let's say that you want to do mineral water business. There's an opportunity. People want pure water. Water is available. These bottles are available. Empty bottles are available. Caps are available. There is a market for that. But how do you put all these things together? So, if you read this, it is a managerial function of an entrepreneur. It helps in determining the course of action to be followed to achieve the various entrepreneurial objectives. Planning is concerned with the mental state of an entrepreneur. It is the decision making in advance, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, who will do a particular job. What is the objective of an organization? Let's say that you start let's say you start a tea stall or a snack bar. You should know how much money you are going to invest. That's why we saw in the previous class financing. Let's say that you are going to start with about say 1 lakh rupees. You have about 20,000 rupees. Then you go to a banker and he gives you balance 80,000 rupees. Then you have to work out how much salary I have to give. What is the cost of running my enterprise? How much interest I should give? And every month, what is the EMI, equated monthly installments I should give? And once you are very clear about it, what is the objective? We can define the objective by various ways: to offer quality snacks and tea to my customers at a reasonable cost and satisfy the customer expectation. This is called the objective. In order to fulfill this objective, you need to know who will do what and how he will be doing it. What are the things required? For example, you say my objective is customer satisfaction. Just by saying that your objective is customer satisfaction, or the customer is going to be happy about it. So that is why you have to decide. The decision making is a very, very important function of the planning process, including how the tables are going to be organized, how the chairs are going to be organized, what type of music I want to put, including the design of that place. How do you want to plan your snack bar? These are all the planning functions. What are the organizing function? Every business enterprise need the service of a number of persons who will look after the different aspects. He sets up the objective or goals to be achieved by its personnel. The function of organizing is to arrange, guide, coordinate, direct, control the activities of the factors of production. Let me take it up one after the other. A number of persons are required. See, when you go out for a job as an employee, you don't need number of people. You have to go and work and come. But if you want to work out an enterprise, you are an entrepreneur. What you are doing is entrepreneurship, organizing, planning, staffing. So what you do, very clearly the objective or the goals. Goals are not only profit. You cannot say, I want to earn about 20,000 rupees per month. That is my goal. No, that is not the goal. The goal is to meet the expectations of the customers. If you meet the expectations of the customer, money will automatically come. Why will it not come? Next time you walk on the streets, you find out how many pharmaceutical shops are there. Pharma shops, medical shops. You stand. Next time when you buy some medicine, just watch what's happening there. You will find some medical shops full of people, full of customers. You have to wait for your turn. 10 shops later or 10 shops farther away, there will be another medical shop selling the same medicines, but not much crowded. Why is that a difference? Here you will take more time to get your medicine. There you will get less time. He may even offer the medicine at a lesser cost. Why do people go there? Because he is well organized. I remember those days, I'm talking about nearly 40, 50 years ago. In the place where I was living, there was a medical shop. 10 or 15 shops away from our house. That used to be the only medical shop. For everything, we'll go and buy it. But slowly what happened? If we go with, let us say, 5 medicines in the prescription of the doctor, he will give you 4 and 5th one will not be available. Next time you go with the 3 in the list, 2 will be available, 1 will not be available. You will say, sir, this is not available, sir. So slowly we started going 10 shops away. There was another medical shop. He was able to give all the 5 or 3, whatever there in the prescription, he will give. So over a period of time, we found that every time we go to the medical shop, for 1 or 2 medicine, we had to go to another medical shop. So we started going to the other medical shop. Now, this medical shop which we were using, it's now closed. Not because there are not people. But because he was not doing the planning function, he was not doing the organizing function. Another interesting I'm going to tell you so that you can watch. Next time you go to a kirana shop or you go to a provision shop, I'm not talking about the big multinational shop where multi-departmental shops. No, ordinary provision shop. If you go and give 5 or 6 list, if one is not available, let's say if hammam soap is not available, he will not say it's not available. He will send one person from his shop to the next shop, bring that hammam and give it to you. He will not allow you to go to the another shop for that one which is not available with him. I will again tell you another interesting. These are the things you should observe as entrepreneurs. Every shop will have a small notebook, 200-page notebook. In that 200-page notebook, whenever a medicine is not available or whenever a product is not available, immediately will make a note of it. Evening, a person will come. He will give all those requirement. Next day morning, he will procure all those things. So, organizing is very, very important. He has to coordinate. He has to coordinate between the supplier. He will be taking his hammam soap from a distributor. He'll be taking the Britannia biscuit from a distributor. He'll be taking the soap from a distributor, Hindustan Liver or Godrej. Then there are the customers. If he's a wholesaler, you will have small shopkeepers coming to him. So he will be organizing. He has to make a decision. He has to control the activities. I know a huge restaurant owner. He has restaurants all over, not only in the country but abroad, in the United States, in Dubai, in England. One day I went to meet him. In his office there was a huge panel in which lot of CCTVs were going on. He was showing me, sir, look at that thing, sir. That restaurant is in this place in Tamil Nadu, sir. Look at this customer is waiting there for the last 3 minutes. Nobody has gone to attend to him. And then immediately takes his telephone and rings that manager. See, that customer, he knows the table number. In that particular table, he is waiting for the last 3 minutes. Nobody has gone to attend to him. And then he was showing one other CC camera. There was nobody. Fans were running. And changing, he will also be looking at the kitchen, central kitchen, whether it is hygienic. See, today there is so much of technology available. Sitting in one place, you will be able to organize, decide, coordinate. The next function is staffing. The function involves making appointments for the positions created by the organizational process. It is concerned with the human resources of an enterprise. It consists of human resources, manpower planning, recruitment, selection and placement of manpower. Human resources development, promotion, transfer, appraisal and determination of employee remuneration. I'm going to explain all these things to you in a simple language. There are various positions. Let's say next time you are traveling in a bus. What are the positions? There is a driver. There is a conductor. In some buses, there will be also a helper. Similarly, in a restaurant, what are the positions? There should be somebody on the cash counter. We say galla. You need a chief cook. In Tamil, we call it a sarakku master. Then you need in the kitchen cooks. There should be vegetable cutters. There should be servers. There should be a person taking the order. Next time you go to a restaurant, you will notice all these people. Somebody will come and take orders. Somebody else will be supplying you. A group of people come and give you the water. Another person will come and clear the plate. The person who cleared the plate will not bring water. The person who brings water may not be the same person who delivers the items ordered. These are all the various staff. In addition, he will have an accountant. He will have a person to take care of the procurement. The larger an organization, the more number of staff you will require. So an entrepreneur function is find out who are the staff required. In a large company, you will even have quality inspectors, you will have R&D people, you will have the marketing people, production people, engineers. So what are the functions? Consists of human resources, manpower planning. That's what I was telling you. How many people are going to be there? How many people should be there? Make a note of this word, organization structure. Organization structure. So MD, then president, then vice president, then general managers, then deputy general managers, managers, deputy managers, officers, employees. Now this is called an organization structure. You cannot have more people because it involves money. You cannot be understaffed. Imagine you are running a restaurant, there are 10 tables and you have only one server. Customers will feel unhappy if they have to wait. Supposing you don't have adequate cleaning staff, the plates will be lying there. You don't want to go and waste your time waiting for somebody to clean. These days we are very, very hygiene conscious. Flies should not be so separate. A person should be there to put the fly catchers. So once you have done that is manpower planning. This is called the function of manpower planning. Planning for the manpower. Then afterwards what happened? Recruitment. If you want to run a restaurant, I'm taking a simple example of a restaurant because every day you'll be going for a restaurant. Next time you go to the restaurant, look at all these people. So when you want to start a restaurant, so you should have number of how many servers I require, how many chief cooks I require, how many sarakku masters I require, how many cleaning staff I require, how many accountants I require. Then recruitment. These days there are a lot of recruitment agencies are available. There was a time when you have to train people, but now there are people. This is another type of entrepreneurship. That is, if you take let's say that if you take a jewelry shop, in jewelry shop people are not recruiting. There are agencies who will give you jewelry shop counter desk people. Similarly, if you take textile shop, you don't have to recruit. You can hire and they will send you the person. Similarly, security, for example. There was a time when we used to have our own security. But today, there are security agencies are available. Make a note of this word, outsourcing. O-U-T sourcing, S-O-U-R-C-I-N-G, outsourcing, which means a particular function is outsourced. So you have to decide which are the people I should recruit, which are the people I can hire from outside. Selection and placement. Let's say that you want to take one manager. You have to interview couple of people, of which one will be selected. Human resource development. This is interesting. How do you develop a human resource? You have to encourage. You have to train them. Let's say a new technology is coming. For the new technology, you have to train people. Promotion. Would you like to be in an organization for 10 years, the same job? A person who joins as to bring water, he would like to be promoted as server. A person who is serving would like to be the person taking orders. The person taking the orders would like to be a manager. Then people will stay. Oh, I joined here as a server. I am now a manager. This is called a promotion. Transfer. Now, once you are successful in one location, you would like to have more number of locations. So a person is getting married, let's say that you have a textile shop and ladies are working, girls from 20 years to 23 years are working there. A girl is getting married and the person is, and the girl will be going to Tiruchi, let us say. He will say, Madam, you don't have to leave the company. I will transfer you to Tiruchi. Your husband is working there already. They will say, yes. Transfer. Appraisal and determination of remuneration. Appraisal, how well the person is doing a job. Is there any training requirements? What else should be given to the person? Does he require any additional support? This is called appraisal. So, in this class, we saw planning, we saw organizing, we saw staffing. These are the three things we saw. So, this is some of the functions of an entrepreneur. In the next episode, in the next class, we'll see more functions. So, here is an exercise for you. Next time, when you are going to a restaurant, when you go to a textile shop, when you go to a jewelry shop, keep watching. What are the type of people there? And see how the owner is planning, controlling and staffing. All the best. See you in the next class.